The new year is a good time to take inventory of the things we're doing well and the parts of our lives that need some work, including the parenting of our kids. Joining us to talk about 3 resolutions parents should consider in the new year is Mendi Baron of Ignite Teen Treatment. Mendi, thanks so much for being here with us today. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure being here.
You say the first of these 3 resolutions that parents should consider is the first one's really all about focus.
It's all about focus. It's all about being attentive. You know, even as I'm speaking now, you're probably watching a screen or someone's on a cell phone at home. And parents don't often realize that that distraction, that lack of focus, makes it such that the only time you really know about a problem is when it becomes big enough to get your attention.
Yeah.
And if you can't take that time and set the time and really set a stage for communication, your kids won't speak to you about it.
Yeah, I think about when I was growing up, my dad was a dentist, and if we went to visit him at the office, he always stopped what he was doing and came in and sat down with us in his office.
Yeah.
And I still remember that to this day because it just meant something to me that, oh, okay, he cared, you know, it was very important, his work, he took it very seriously, but he cared enough to take 2-3 minutes to sit down with me face to face.
Correct, and we call it setting the stage. It's not going to come organically. It's not going to come naturally. The beautiful bonding moments you see in movies don't just pop up. You have to make them.
Yeah.
Sounds like your dad took the time to really set a stage to engage with his kid. And that's really what we recommend.
Yeah, when you talk about setting the stage, it is being more proactive, and that's number 2.
That is number 2. Being more proactive is important. You really have to think about what you're doing and when you're doing it. And proactive doesn't just mean, okay, I'm going to set aside a time for dinner. I'm going to set aside a time to go to the movie or spend time. It also means research. It means look at raising your kid as something you have to do proactively. Read books. Talk to experts. Kids don't come with a manual, but there are plenty of people out there who can give you advice and guidance. Be proactive in learning what's out there, what are your kids struggling with, what are other kids struggling with, what's in the news, what out there can impact my kid, and take the time to learn it so you know it well. Is
it important also to understand their likes, the dislikes, to understand what Fortnite is or who the latest pop star is?
It's a perfect example. When a lot of parents I speak to don't know what Fortnite is, don't know the impact of gaming, don't know the impact of screen addiction. They don't know simple things like what are kids struggling with today?
Right.
What are jewels? Do you know that there's a vaping product out there that is more commonly used by people under 18 than over 18, but parents don't know about it.
Right.
And so if you research it, you can catch on to trends and things that your kids might struggle with before it becomes a serious issue.
And know what to watch out for.
Absolutely.
For sure. And then the third thing you talk about as far as making resolutions to be a better parent this year is to be consistent, and this can be the most difficult thing.
The consistency is the most difficult thing for parents, absolutely. When you think about the things you want your kid to do, I want my kid to be honest, I want my kid to be straightforward, I want my kid to stick to their commitments. And yet a lot of parents don't think about their kids are watching them and absorbing things like a sponge. Like when you get a call from a telemarketer, what's the first thing you do? Oh, you got the wrong number, it's not me, right? Little white lie is okay now, but then when your kid doesn't come home at 11 o'clock at night and lies about where they've been, it's just another little white lie.
Yeah, you're modeling that
You're
kind of
modeling the behavior, so it's important to be consistent, and consistency sometimes means let's write down what my commitments are, personally. I'm going to make a commitment, I'm going to share it with my family, I'm going to follow through. So consistency is a very big piece of modeling and training your kids so that you get the results you want.
I think one thing I've struggled with as a parent is being consistent in if you do X, I'll give you B, whatever it is, be it positive or negative reinforcement.
Absolutely.
And not following through sometimes. So I can ground your kid for 2 weeks, and then 2 days later they're out on
They know, right?
Parole,
They see the daughters play the father, right? They know they can get away with it. Yes, consistency plays out into discipline as well. And that means acknowledging the good things, seeing where the bad things are, but doing it equally and doing it across the board.
Excellent stuff. Mendi, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Courtney.